Hi, I'm Abigail Turner.
And I'm Ashley Branson.
And we have an exceptional show for you today.
We're kicking things off by checking out downtown Brandon.
And you never know what you're going to find inside this neighborhood antique store.
Because behind each piece of old furniture and every dusty book, there's a story. And the man in the middle of it all is ready to share it.
I went into a person's place when I was a young guy, and I walked around his house and I was in awe of all of his interesting items and just wanted to kind of surround myself with the same type of things. Like, everything has a history and a mystery to it that is fascinating, and I also like finding the home for things. That's very satisfying. Everybody collects something to a certain extent, and I try to have a little bit of everything for anybody who walks in. So. Here is something very simple, but has an interesting story to it. This is a piece of coal, but it was a piece of coal that was on the Titanic when it sank. So, I mean, there's lots of little things that have stories in here. It's just, you know, try to figure them out, do research on stuff, and, you know, it's fun. Well, I've been painting for years, and I've been doing lately a series of large Canadian landscapes, all very stylized. And then I also do stone sculptures. These rocks are natural stones, like there's no carving involved. They're found stones put together. They were the big lake stones, like where the water hits them for millions of years, erosion. And I just see I see shapes and faces in many different things. I noticed them on the beach. This was the first one here that I found that I kept looking at on my shelf and saying I should do something with that, and this is what I came up with to do with them. So I do folk art, like the Titanic, out of paper mache. Yeah, that's paper mache up there. And I made the lifeboat up here, which is paper mache. And I paint on furniture and stuff, and I have hundreds of paintings, like hundreds. I would like to say that I try to have not just an antique and collectible store, but a history store. I like people to come in, and I like them to talk about the different events in history and, you know, the different items that I have and how it pertains to history. Just wanted to clarify that it's not just your typical antique store. I certainly try to make it that way anyway.
We're staying downtown for this next story.
Robin Sneath and her husband are both doctors and developers. Their businesses include a popular coffee shop and Brandon's only medical skin clinic. Now they want to give a facelift to the rest of downtown.
We have this dream of seeing this totally revitalized, vibrant, thriving downtown. We've seen this happen throughout North America with post-World War II, suburban sprawl, everyone's moving out, and a lot of downtown cores were just kind of left to languish, and this one's no exception. People are all of a sudden starting to value these buildings and realize that you can't just leave them and hope that they'll be there forever. It's actually not flipping what we do. So flipping is when people buy things and then renovate them, usually cheaply, and then try and sell them for a profit.
It would be more collectors.
Yeah, we don't sell anything. We both spent our summers out here. Our parents had cabins at Pelican Lake, and so that's where we met as teenagers. Jason was the lifeguard at the camp pool. Hard to resist.
That's The 18-year-old me was hard to resist. I've been obsessed with commercial real estate for a really long time, and Brandon needed a dermatologist very badly, and I wanted to be a dermatologist very badly. When the plan was already in place that I would come back to Brandon and do this, then I started already shopping for where my office would eventually be.
And did my master's in theology at Harvard, and then from there moved back to Winnipeg. Jason was in med school then, and I got into Oxford to do my PhD. I got pregnant at the same time I got in to do my PhD. 3 kids, 5 and under. It's a bit crazy all the time in any kind of work, I'm sure, trying to balance those things. You know, there's the adage that says, find the job you love and you'll never work another day in your life. And I feel like I've found that. Jillian Sullivan, she's our project manager. So she's the one who meets with all of the trades. I get to make all of the fun decisions, and Jillian does all of the work. She's just incredible, and so just the experience of working together and building a crew and bringing these things to life has been really very rewarding. At least, so that before, I don't know, to see that we can do this, and it's just like a couple of young women doing this and getting it done is really exciting. The trades, which are almost all men. So Jason finds the buildings. Yeah. That's definitely his strength.
That's my job.
He finds the buildings, and then I come up with a plan, and then Jillian and I bring it to life. Basement, yeah. See how the building will be. We really like being really hands-on and seeing all of it, and so when you bring all of that in-house, then you just get to kind of see behind the curtain and really see what's going on. And now when we take on a project, we're very much like design first, plan first, and then do the space afterwards. So we like to respect the integrity of the building to come up with a style that works for today, but that has those kind of winks throughout to the past, which you get in the light fixtures or the flooring choices. I make probably most of the decisions. Sometimes they're right. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. I hear about it when he thinks they're wrong.
So we'll just lay it out there, give them a plan, and then we will just...
We're trying hard to convince people that downtown is a wonderful place to live and shop and work and play. We're up to 12 businesses now that we have recruited downtown. A lot of those are in the 10th Street building.
So you have to have a lot of vision for places like this, because they're in a pretty rough state when we start. And the plan is to have a hot tub cantilevered on a balcony outside off the 3rd floor overlooking the valley.
I feel so strongly that everyone benefits. So the whole city wins. By having a healthy, vibrant downtown, everyone wins, because cities with a hollowed out core, it's like a city without a soul, right? The heart of the city is this, its history is tied here. It's the geographic heart.
It's so cool to see them bringing back that charm into downtown.
Yeah, Robin and her husband really are interesting people, and I'm excited to see what they do next.
Well, that's it for us, but there's lots more episodes you can watch anytime.
Bye now.
Catch you later.